There we go. Is that better? I had muted myself. All right, so there's some strong ones here. Ridgescale Tusker is excellent, and so is Harnessed Lightning. I think I prefer the Ridgescale Tusker. By the way, Scrapper Champion's pretty good too. Hunt the Weak is fine. Gear Seeker Serpent's pretty good. Lost Legacy. Yeah, okay, Maker. Yeah, so I'm going to pick the Ridgescale Tusker. As Maker was pointing out, this rare is not something I ever want to draft. This kind of effect in Limited is always terrible. All right, Ridgescale Tusker it is. Good start. What do we have here? We have Hazardous Conditions. I don't think that card's very good. Prophetic Prism, that's always strong. Mentor's Goggles is also usually quite good. Iron Tread Crusher's fine. Riparian Tiger is fine. Propeller Pioneer is fine, although not great with green in that I don't particularly want to be green-white, although I've done well with green-white before. Either Hub's not bad. I like to try and stay open in this draft format. It's a draft format that really rewards you for staying open because then you can find yourself in the right lane. And so I think because of that, I'm going to take this Prism, which helps me splash if that's what I am going to end up doing. It's a cheap artifact for decks that care about artifacts. It replaces itself. It's just a great non-committal pick. So that's what I'm going to do. Maybe the Riparian Tiger will come back. We'll see. Kari Zev and Gifted Aetherborn are both great. So Kari Zev is really good in an aggressive deck. Gifted Aetherborn is just really good, period, if you can afford the double black. Aviary Mechanic's pretty good. Sweatworks Brawler's pretty good. Inventor's Goggles still pretty good. So if I didn't want to commit, I'd take the Inventor's Goggles, but I think Kari Zev and Gifted Aetherborn are both good enough that I'm willing to take one of them. The question is which one. Green-black is +1/+1 counters. Red-green is energy. I'm going to take the Kari Zev. I haven't gotten to play with her yet. That's basically just my tiebreaker. They're both really good. I don't know which one's better. Kari Zev is less mana intensive. The double black is kind of rough. So we'll go there and see where this takes us. So Fairgrounds Warden's pretty strong, but I don't know that I want to take it here because I don't particularly want to take a white card. I'm pretty happy with my green and my red card right now. It is splashable though. Animation Module. Animation Module is pretty good. Can help you build an engine. I don't really have an engine that supports it right now, and it's not super well supported in green-red, but I think it's worth taking anyways. The next best cards are probably like Gear Seeker Serpent and Fairgrounds Warden, and those are both in other colors. So yeah, I'll take the Animation Module. Ether Chaser, that's a strong one. What else is here? Embrawl Bruiser is not bad, but it's a black card and it's not really. I think Ether Chaser is actually stronger. And I don't particularly like any of the other cards in this pack. Fortuitous Find is okay, I guess. But I'm going to take Ether Chaser. I actually think that's a pretty good one. So this is best of one, so Appetite Unnatural is less good. I haven't seen a lot of good green cards. That's worth noting. This card's whatever. Countless Gears Renegade's good if I want to be like red, white, aggressive, which I could be. Spireside Infiltrator's alright if I can get some vehicles. I don't particularly like this vehicle. So I think it's between Countless Gears Renegade and Spireside Infiltrator. because I have red cards here and I don't have any white cards yet, I'm going to take the Infiltrator. Metallic Rebuke is not bad. Ice Over is not great. Dawn Feather Eagle is really good if you go into red-white. White does feel pretty open. Maybe I should be in red-white and give up on this Ridgescale Tusker. Frontline Rebel's fine. It gets better when you have equipment. So I think this is a Dawn Feather Eagle. I think it's just much stronger than everything else in the pack. You could make an argument for Metallic Rebuke, I think, but this goes fine in a red-blue deck, but the Karizev and Spireside Infiltrator aren't super supported by red-blue, and white has felt pretty open. So if I want to go into red-white, this Inspired Charge is pretty good. Built to Smash is fine. Renegade Map is good if I wanted to stay open more. But I feel like white is pretty open, so I'm gonna try and get into red-white here. Take this Inspired Charge. So this is like Herald of the Fair or Spireside Infiltrator. I guess I'll take the Infiltrator because I'm not guaranteed to be in white yet. Inventor's Goggles could be a thing. Iron Tread Crusher could also be a thing. I have one Artificer with the goggles, and I don't seem to have much that cares about having cheap artifacts yet. Iron Tread Crusher is kind of expensive. I'll take the goggles. You can end up with a lot of Artificers in these colors. I'll take another goggles. I don't really want the third Spireside Infiltrator, so I'll take the first Ether Inspector, although I don't think this card's that good. Nothing, so I'm clearly not in green. Green's not open. Oh, there we go. So, this rare makes 3 bodies, which is really good for the Dawn Feather Eagle Inspired Charge deck, and it lets you cast another spell, so that seems like a good pick. Let's see what else is here. Glint-Sleeve Artisan is great. I don't think it'll wheel, though, but SRAM's expertise is better. Revoke Privileges is fine. That one might wheel. And Frontline Rebels, I'm not excited about that. So yeah, I think this is an easy SRAM's expertise, and I guess hope to wheel like Revoke Privileges or Frontline Rebel. Got a Harness Lightning and a Dawn Feather Eagle, and a Sweatworks Brawler, which is not bad. I think this is a Harness Lightning. I don't have any removal yet. It's cheap removal. I like the Dawn Feather Eagle. There's a chance it wheels, given how late I got that last one. But I can only have so many expensive cards, and I do want cheap interaction, so I'll take that. I wouldn't mind if like Sweatworks Brawler wheeled, if Dawn Feather Eagle didn't. There's another Inspired Charge. What does this do? I'm not going to play any enchantments, so this card's basically just a 2/1 Artificer, which is not bad. I mean, I do have 2 goggles. There's also Built to Smash, that'll probably wheel. There's this Artifact Creature, which is kind of meh. Do I just take Inspired Charge and go hard on that plan? I don't really need any of the rest of these cards. Yeah, let's do that. Eddie Trailhawk's not bad. I think that's the pick here. Fire Forger's Puzzle Knot would be better if I had more Thanks Maker for help telling me how to rare draft. The Fire Forger's Puzzle Knot would matter more if I cared about artifacts, but I don't really have any improvised cards yet. And by don't really, I mean don't at all. So I'll take the flyer that can push damage because it can make other things fly. Oh, should I rare draft here? Take this mythic? Probably not. Propeller Pioneer fits the plan. It's a flyer, it can make an extra body. So we'll do that. Ether Hub would be playable in this deck, although not exciting. I think Prophetic Prism's out. I think I'm just going to be too aggressive to want that. I don't really want to play this Ether Inspector, so I'm going to hope that I don't have to play it. And Animation Module doesn't seem to do anything in my deck, so that's probably going to get cut, but I'll leave it in for the moment. Alright, so I can take a cheap Artificer. I can take Iron Tread Crusher, which goes well with my Spireside Infiltrators. But this doesn't really go on the plan, the Go Wide plan. Impeccable Timing is fine, but it's not as good when you're aggressive. It's better as a defensive card. So I'm going to take the 2-drop that happens to be an Artificer. Gear Shift Ace, Aviary Mechanic. So Aviary Mechanic, does it combo with anything? I mean, kinda, but not really. Gear Shift Ace is a 2/1 first strike. And if I pick up a vehicle, it can give the vehicle first strike. So I think I'm going to take that. Although Mechanic would have been good too. Cathartic Reunion or Alley Evasion. I don't really want either of these. I guess I'll take the Alley Evasion and put it in the board. Nice. The Glintsleeve Artisan wield. I didn't actually expect that to happen. What did I say? I said I'd be happy with Frontline Rebel or I think Dawnfeather Eagle. So someone did take a white card, but they took the Dawnfeather Eagle. Regardless, I prefer the Artisan at this point. Alright. Kind of crappy removal spell. Fireforger's Puzzle Knot, I don't care about that. Speedway Fanatic, 2/1 haste. That is not an Artificer. And Destructive Tampering consideration. I'll take the Impeccable Timing. I don't particularly want to play it, but I'll put it in my pile for now. Built to Smash is fine. I'm not playing 2 Built to Smash, but I'll take it. And I'm not playing either of these. I'm not going to play the 5/4 either. Ho ho! A gift! So this rare is quite good. If you go wide, you can get a bunch of energy, and then whenever it attacks, you can spend 2 energy to put a 1/1 counter on it and tap a creature that they control. So I'm definitely taking that. Aerial Responder is reasonable. Salivating Gremlins is actually pretty good, I think, with I have quite a few things that put 1/1s into play. Welding Sparks is good too. I'd be happy with any of these 3 wheeling, but I'm very clearly taking the Aether Storm Rock here. Skyskipp's not bad either. I'd probably play that. Alright, so we've got a Renegade. I'm not really about energy, so I don't think I want that. I've got a Chief of the Foundry. I think this animation module's out. How many servos am I making? I've got 2, 3-ish, 4. Chief of the Foundry is good, but not really where I want to be right now. But I do think I want this Glintsleeve Artisan. My game plan is to go wide and then Dawnfeather Eagle / Inspired Charge. So something that produces 2 bodies is really where I want to be. Also, it happens to be an Artificer for these goggles. Oh, too bad we can't play this Glintsleeve Siphoner. That card is fantastic. So it's Chandra's Revolution versus Skywhaler Shot. What's my curve look like? It's not showing me my curve. Looks like I have a lot of 4s. I don't really want to play this Inspector here. So Skywhaler Shot is generally better. Chandra's Revolution is pretty good if you're being aggressive because tapping down the land can be really good. I think I'm going to take the shot though. Yeah. I think that was really close. Alright, so there's a 3/1 Propeller Pioneer, Weld Fast Monitor. It looks like I'm a little heavy on 4s. Pioneer might be the best card here, but I think I want to go with a cheaper card. What am I doing on 2 drops? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 2 drops. This might just be... The monitor's pretty reasonable. I think this is the Infiltrator, though, because I just want a cheaper card. I want to try and get under everyone here. Another Glint-Sleeve Artisan, happy with that. Eddy Trailhawk versus Gearshift Ace. I think Gearshift Ace is generally better, but I think I might be in the market for... This can produce energy immediately for my Ether Storm Rock. It can give me 2 energy to immediately trigger that. And especially with like that 3-1 I just picked up, giving it flying is relevant. I think that was a close pick, though. I also don't have any vehicles, so the Gearshift Ace was less good than it could be. I think this is pretty easy. Propeller Pioneer. Oh. So Dawn Feather Eagle is quite good, and I'd be happy with it, but I would prefer to make 3 bodies, especially when I already have 1 Eagle and 2 Inspired Charges. So I'm pretty stoked with that pick. I'm probably not even playing both of these goggles, so I'm not going to pick up another one. Sky Skiff is fine. I like the Gremlins, actually, because I have quite a few things that make servos at this point, so I think I'll take the Gremlins. I'm probably not playing another Spireside Infiltrator, so I'll take Built to Last. I don't think I'm playing that either, though. I'm not playing any of these. Actually, since I'm not playing any, I'll take the Uncommon for the slightly better Vault unlock. Propeller Pioneer, probably not playing another one, but I wouldn't main deck the Destructive Tampering. If this were a best 2 out of 3, I'd take Tampering here, but it is not, so I'll take the Pioneer and probably not play it. Ruinous Gremlins would be great out of the sideboard, but we're not playing that, so I'll take Precise Strike, probably not playing that either, and another Sailback. Alright. Probably don't want that many of that. Let me look at my mana curve here. Yeah, my 4 is pretty stocked. Move the Inspired Charges over here, because they don't necessarily get played at 4. How many cards do I have that make artifacts? I have 1 artifact, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 cards that make artifacts, so the Gremlins are probably good enough. Especially if it can give them flying. Do I like the Inventor's Goggles? How many? I have 8 Artificers. The goggles are probably good enough. The Specialist, I ended up with quite a few 2-drops. I have no artifacts that I'm going to be able to get back. This is literally the only artifact card in my deck. Maker, thanks for dealing with the chat there. So I think I can cut this. I'm not sure if this is a 16 or a 17 land deck. Flooding would be a problem, is a problem in this deck, but my curve isn't that low. The Spireside Infiltrator is just okay because they don't have vehicles, so maybe I'll cut one of those. What are my non-creatures? That makes creatures, so I'm not going to count that. This, 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 and this. So probably Built to Smash is the most cuttable or impeccable timing. If I wanted to cut a non-creature, I'm at 16 creatures. I probably don't want to cut, well, 17 creatures really. Probably don't want to cut a creature. Do I want to cut a land? Do I want to play that risky? I can operate on 3 lands. I want to get to 4, but I don't have to get to 4 on time. So maybe I cut a land. I think flooding is a bigger danger in this deck. And I don't have any double red cards, and I only have 6 red cards, so I can cut a mountain. By the way, in case anyone didn't notice, I'm playing with the Bob Ross lands here. That's what it's defaulting to. Okay. I think this will do it. So I think the best decks in this format either go under, they go really fast and they just go under your opponents, or they make some kind of engine and just have crazy things go on. My deck is borderline fast enough to beat an engine, depending on how fast the engine is. It may actually have some trouble with sort of mid-rangey decks, but I think with the flyers and stuff that I have that I can probably get around it. Generally speaking, though, the mid-rangey decks aren't as good in this format. Ugh. No planes. Well, got a Mullen. Alright, this'll do. Keep 6. We're going to bottom a land, even though we've got this Propeller Pioneer. So right now my plan is Infiltrator on 2, equip Goggles on 3. Still playing Infiltrator on 2. If they don't play a creature, I'll play Eddy Trailhawk instead. Oh! Get wrecked by that Fireforger's Puzzle Knot. Alright, Hawk it is. Ooh, Trinketeer, that's a good one. Carry Zev. I'm not going to play that just yet. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to attack for 1. Oh well. I'm going to make the extra body here. The goggles will protect the Pioneer from the Fireforger's Puzzle Knot. And I still want to try and go wide. Oh man. Ooh, that was pretty good. Alright, I'm happy to trade my Hawk for their Pioneer if they want, so I'm going to send it this turn. Alright, now what I need is land plus Dawnfeather Eagle or Inspired Charge. Really want the Inspired Charge. And there's a Dawnfeather Eagle. I don't think I want to block that. Yeah! Alright, send the team. Get wrecked. Was it I like to say, Maker? Better lucky than good? That's right. And that is how the Inspired Charge deck wants to play. Alright, let's just do that 6 more times. Alright, oh, no white again. Okay, I can keep this one. What do I bottom? So it's not the 2-drop or the 3-drop. I don't think I can afford to bottom a mountain as much as I would like to. So is it Shram's Expertise or Dawn Feather Eagle? I think in this hand, Dawn Feather Eagle's just okay if I can't cast Shram's Expertise. So I think I'm going to keep the Expertise. This might be wrong, but this is how we're doing it. I'm playing against a diamond player. Tune, good start for them. Green-black. Salivating Gremlins was a pretty good draw there, because I can play that, and then if I get to cast Shram's Expertise on 4, Gremlins gets huge. If not, Glint-Sleeve Artisan will still trigger it. Ugh, Mountain was not what I wanted to draw. Spicy Jank, are you saying that you would drop the Shram's Expertise before the Eagle? I think it was close. Hidden Stockpile? Alright. Well, didn't draw the white source, unfortunately, but I can still trigger the Gremlins. Not going to make it fly because it already tramples. Yeah, Spicy Jank, it'd be nice to have removal with the Gremlins, but going wide is perfectly fine. And if I can draw a white source here, I can Shram's Expertise, trigger the Gremlins a bunch, and then still cast Skywheeler Shot on their creature if they play something big. That would be a monster of a turn. Yeah, I don't know what it is about drawing planes. I have more planes in the deck. Alright, come on, planes. Come on, planes. Planes, planes, planes. Shoot. Alright, what is the plan here? I think the plan is... Am I going to make something fly? I think I make the Artisan fly. And then they'll probably put the Maulfist Squad in front of the Gremlins. And then I can impeccable timing it and still get full damage off the Gremlins. So that's going to be my plan here. And if I'm lucky, they'll triple block. No, okay. What? Oh, it gets trample. I thought it always had trample. It has trample after it triggers. My bad. Still want to draw planes here. Come on, planes. Planes, 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 planes! No! Alright, I'm just going to attack for 1. Play the Infiltrator. I'll make that fly next turn if I don't draw that planes. Enthusiast. That's not great for me. It's a lot of bodies. They can even upgrade the Enthusiast into a 1/1. Cobra, okay. Alright, planes. Planes, planes, planes! Planes! Yes! Now we're doing it. Yeah, I definitely want that. All right. Yeah, we're gonna send everybody. I'm gonna make the 3/1 fly, since the Gremlins has trample, and they're scooping it up. Nice. Bob Ross works in mysterious ways. That's true, Maker. Worked out for me there. Thanks, Bob Ross. Yeah, the Hawk was good that game. Last game, it was kind of whatever. I've only cast one red spell both games. To be fair, I think I only have, what was it, 6 red spells in the deck? Whoa! I'm playing the 28 ranked Mythic player right now. Yeah, this looks good. Also happy about going first. So for anyone who isn't familiar with that, this player is ranked 28th in the world right now on Arena for drafting. We have Shot, Lightning, and then we have the 3 damage to an attacking or blocking creature. And I think that's it on the removal. Am I willing to trade? Yeah, I think I'm willing to trade. Because I just have more threats coming. Destroy them, show what a real Mythic player looks like. Alright, this is interesting. What am I discarding here? If I discard the mountain, I can't play Propeller Pioneer. But if I discard anything else and then draw a land, I'll be very sad. And Built to Smash seems pretty good in this. So I think I'm discarding the Hawk, actually. Carry Zev. Not bad. Oh, shoot. Did not mean to do that. I just missed 2 damage like a dummy. Oh well. Jank, the reason I didn't drop the discard the Smash is because this game, I'm assuming, is going to go down to a damage race, and Built to Smash is really good at pushing damage. There's that land I didn't want. Alright, Gremlins is not getting in here. I wisely did not block. I'm going to save the planes in hand. 5 mana, there's only 1 card in the deck that costs 5 mana, and they could play another Implement. Revoke Privileges, alright. And a Prism. Artisan, alright. Not bad. Now I can trigger the Salivating Gremlins, which I assume is going to die here, but that's okay. That 2 life that I missed earlier might be a disaster. That was a much better block for me. Play nothing. Well, let's see what happens. No, I didn't. I don't think I saw a Fragmentize. They have another one? Nice. Got there. If I had a Fragmentize, I would probably not play it here. I think it's a fine main deck inclusion, especially in best of 1, but I don't think I particularly have room for it. I think I just want to play creatures and turn them sideways, and Fragmentize doesn't really help with that. And it's too narrow compared to like Skywheeler Shot or Harness Lightning. Well, I guess I can keep this. I do really need to draw land, but Kari Zev with an Inventor's Goggles on it could do a lot of work. So I'll keep it, because I have something going on, even if I miss my land drops. Well, that was not what I wanted to see. Era of Invention, alright. Land, there we go. Ooh, even drew a creature, nice. A 3-drop creature. Gonna make the extra body here. Man, if I could draw one more land, I would be so happy. That was not the land. One more land would have allowed me to play the Augmenter this turn, and then Inspired Charge probably for lethal on the next turn. Peema Outrider, put a counter on it. Put a counter on it. Put a counter on it. That's what normally happens. Nice. Time to Skywheeler shot that. Alright. Is this a land? It is not. Bottom you go. Land. Any land. No, that's not bad. Spicy Jink, I don't think that was greedy. Being a 4/4 is a big deal there because it blocks Glint-Sleeve Artisan. It opens them up to removal, sure, but I think that was the right play. It just didn't work out for them. Alright, do I have lethal with Inspired Charge? So if they block Glint-Sleeve Artisan, they take 4 plus 6 is 10. Yeah, okay, so this is lethal. Boom! Alright, well, Inspired Charge keeps on ticking. This is going really fast at this rate. I'm going to be doing a second draft on this stream. Yeah, I don't have any 2-drops, which isn't great, but I can go Salivating Gremlins into Glint-Sleeve Artisan, and I already have the Inspired Charge, so it's not bad. Ooh, and I found a 2-drop. Hello, Izzy. Welcome to the stream. Well, that 1/3 is going to lock out this Gear Shift Ace for a while. That's not great. Oh, but their main phase, well, I guess upkeep, but they're tapping it before my attacks, so that's pretty good for me. Nice. 2 toughness creature. Happy to see that. Get in there for 2. They can actually trade with this if they wanted. They didn't want to, by double blocking. I guess it does actually open them up to a combat trick. I could have built a smash. Really got him. But I'm happy with this. Man, they're still tapping that. They must really, really need lands. Because that seems, against red-white, when I've got a 2/1 first striker, seems pretty greedy. Ooh, Aethersphere Harvester, that is rough. Alright. I'm going to go Glint-Sleeve Artisan, make the 1/1, and I'm going to attack. I'm going to assume they're going to crew Aethersphere Harvester, and then I'll build to smash. I am a little bit giving away that that's what I have with this attack, but they may or may not go for it. Thanks for the compliment, Spicy Jank. I do kind of need them to block because otherwise they can start getting 3 life a turn for 3 turns, and that's pretty bad for me. Alright, don't have Subtle Strike. Hey, Peach-tastic, welcome to the stream. No Subtle Strike. Don't have Subtle Strike. Oh, good to see you, Shauna. Nice, they didn't have Subtle Strike. Well, that went basically as good as that could have possibly gone for us. Now we're in a pretty good spot, I think. They're still getting greedy with this Scry on their turn thing. Just doesn't feel right to me. All right, let's see. I can Ether Chaser and Impeccable Timing, or I can Inspired Charge. If they make no blocks, I deal 2, 4, 6, 7, plus 8 is 15, so it's lethal. They probably block Salivating Gremlins at this point. If they block Salivating Gremlins and the 1/1, and I Inspired Charge, that's pretty good for me. I think I'm going to send everyone first, see what happens. Of course, they could also have a Counterspell, which could make this attack real bad for me if they make the obvious blocks. Do I Inspired Charge? Yeah, I'm going to Inspired Charge. A thing I could have considered there is Impeccable Timing instead, and then Ether Chaser post-combat. This is much worse against the... Oh, nice. I was going to say this is much worse against a Counterspell, but they didn't use one. Are you saying you doubt a Counterspell, Spicy? Because there's the 3-mana Mana Leak with Improvise in this set, which they easily could have had there. My attacks are less good here. So my options here are Glint-Sleeve Artisan, making a body to trigger Salivating Gremlins, and then attack with just Salivating Gremlins. They double block. Oh, but it doesn't kill Salivating Gremlins, so that's actually really good. So I'll do that. I was thinking that it would trade Salivating Gremlins. Jank agreed there are generally not counterspells except specifically that Improvise one, which is quite good. And, you know, they're representing an artifact deck with what they're playing here. So it's even more likely that they would have that in their deck. It's an interesting no block. Ooh, left it on top, huh? Red source, they have another color. They have, what, 5 blockers to my 5 attackers. So let's do this and eat their board. So they can... Oh, they're just going to give it up. I was going to say they could put the 1/3s in front of the 2/2s and then chump with the rest of their board and be left with their 1/3s, but they were still in a bad spot from there. All right, well, This is going quite well. Note, I have cast an Inspired Charge in every game. This is, by the way, the first time I've drafted the... I was going to say the first time I've drafted the Inspired Charge deck. It's actually the second time, but I think I only had one Inspired Charge the last time. It was mostly just red-white aggro. I did well with that deck, too. Let me see if I have that one recorded. Yeah, I went 7-1 with that one, too. And I had 2 Dawnfeather Eagles, 1 Inspired... Oh, no, I had 2 Inspired Charges in that deck. So I'm just a big fat liar. Alright, there's no red sources here. But I have Glint Sleeve Artisan. This is pretty borderline. I think I'm going to keep it, but I'm not happy about it. I really want to draw a 2-drop with my first draw, and then a mountain with my next draw. If I were to have the perfect draw here. Inspired Charge, not bad. Spicy Jank, yeah, it was very borderline. There's my red source, nice. In this case, I'm actually going to play the Infiltrator first. If a trade's going to happen, at least I get 1 damage, and this can trade with more things because of the 3 power. But mulliganing's really bad in Limited. You mulligan a lot more in Constructed. See, there's the exact reason that I wanted to do that. I am willing to make this trade rather than a Harness Lightning here. So you have to mulligan way less in Limited because the number of cards is way more important than normal, which was the tiebreaker there. There were a couple reasons there, Spicy Jank. I had Dawnfeather Eagle, so I have an endgame plan. I only have 6 red cards in the deck, although, to be fair, I did have 2 of them in my hand. But I'm not likely to draw more dead cards. Hold on, let me think through this turn. I'm going to have to get that Chief of the Foundry off the board. It's pretty mana inefficient to do it right now. So let's see. My options are Harness Lightning, Chief of the Foundry, send with everybody. Probably Pioneer trades with, or Poisoner trades with the Infiltrator. I get in 4. Alternatively, I send just the Infiltrator. They may or may not block. I play Glint Sleeve Artisan. That opens up Dawnfeather Eagle with the next turn, but Dawnfeather Eagle's not that good right now because of that Chief of the Foundry. I still think I want to be more mana efficient, so I'm gonna send this. It does give me the option of leaving Harness Lightning up in case they block and then Combat Trick. They might have taken it. That would have been a better scenario for me, but I didn't think that that was very likely, given that I'm red-white and way ahead on the board. I think my opponent is more interested in trading here. So back to the mulligan. So there aren't very many dead draws left in my deck with that hand. 1 mountain makes the hand good, like actively good. Hold on 1 second here. So I think this is Dawnfeather Eagle, send with the Artisans. I mean, yeah, the Artisans. And then next turn, Harness Lightning, a blocker, and Inspired Charge. It's way more mana efficient. I lose an Artisan to the Malphus squad. I could lose the other Artisan, but if I do, it trades for the Chief of the Foundry, which is pretty okay for me. So I think I'm going to do that. So I had almost no dead draws left. I didn't have to play the red cards early. The infiltrate. Oh shoot! I did not mean to attack with everything. Sorry, that was me not paying attention. I meant to only attack with the Artisans. Apparently, I need to stop talking about past things. I had sort of the win conditions in my hand with the Dawnfeather Eagle plus Glint Sleeve Artisan, and then just any bodies are good, and mulliganing's really bad and limited. So those were all my reasons for doing what I did. Oh, the Pain Train. I think that means we're not charging this turn, especially because I threw away my servos like a dummy. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just attack for 3 and play the Hawk. I assume they're going to activate the train on their turn. And I have Harness Lightning up for it if I want. The Eddy Trail Hawk gives me the energy to kill it with the Harness Lightning. And if they don't, they plan to block with it, I have the same option. Note that the train will be a 5/5 because of the Chief of the Foundry. Oh, they played a flyer. That's good for them. If they activate the train and attack, I'm just going to take it and win on my turn. Alright, do I want to Harness Lightning right now? Yeah, I think I do. The reason is it means they have to use their Screecher if they want to activate the train. So I get to push a bunch of damage this turn, and then I have flyers to finish things off. If they make the obvious block of Screecher on Dawnfeather Eagle, Inspired Charge saves it. One, two, three. Alright, so the question is, do I send the Artisan? I could send the Artisan and make it fly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If they block Dawnfeather Eagle, they take 7 and I don't lose anything because of the Inspired Charge. If they block either of the other ones, they take 8. Yeah, alright. So I'm going to make the Artisan fly so that they don't just get to block it with the Express. Hope they block Dawnfeather Eagle here. Nice. And then Inspired Charge, they lose their guy, go to almost dead. And I still have an energy to fly the Glint-Sleeve Artisan one more turn. Oh, bummer. Alright, well now I don't have lethal. That was a really good play there by my opponent. Oh no! Alright, we're on a clock. Oh, that was a perfect draw. Alright, I win. Yeah! Alright, sorry, I couldn't pay too much attention to chat. What were you saying, Spicy? So I'm not sure all what you were talking about at the time. The reason I decided to do the removal spell at end of turn was in case I drew another body. I was still planning to Inspired Charge, and I wanted to play it and the body if I could. So that's the reason I did it at end of turn. I was happy to race their train because the train wasn't even really a body because you have to spend a body on it. And I wasn't going to win a long game, so I just needed to push as much damage as I could. It would have been really good if they hadn't had impeccable timing. They would have just been dead. But they did, and so I had to top deck there. There were a few cards I could have drawn there. Obviously, Built to Smash was the best one. I could have drawn Spireside Infiltrator and killed them on the next turn just by tapping it to attack. I could have drawn Inventor's Goggles to make the 1/2 bigger. I could have drawn another Hawk or Rock because they're flyers. And Skywiller Shot would have done it. And then the 3 damage to an attack, Impeccable Timing would have done it, not that turn, but on the following turn, because my... actually, that wouldn't change anything. I guess I still had them dead on the next turn, unless they played another flyer. So I was still in pretty good shape there, as long as I didn't die, which didn't seem very likely. So I was happy with those plays. All right, let's see if we can finish this off with a clean 7-0. This is very borderline. I have Ether Swarm Rock, which is like one of my best cards. I have Inspired Charge, which is the whole point of the game, and I have a 2-drop. I have a 3-drop if I can draw a land. But if I don't draw a land, there are enough dead cards that I could just get wrecked. If I was on the draw, I would easily keep this. But on the play, I have fewer looks. Alright, I'm going to keep it. I think it's super close. I think this deck is more likely to lose to Flood than Screw. Yeah, I know, best of one, Spicy Jank, you're right. Best of one gives you the best hand. It is not guaranteed 2 to 5 lands. It gives you like it draws like 2 or 3 hands and then gives you the closest to a good set of lands for that. So you can still end up with a really bad 6. I thought that this was worthwhile. A 2-drop's not bad. I would have preferred a land, but a 2-drop is okay. They haven't done anything, so that's great for me. And I did find that land. So this is still going pretty well. Oh wow, that was great for me, because that's not even a creature. And I get to play my rock. Decline. There we go. So if they don't kill this rock, I probably just win. On my next turn even? Yeah, on my next turn even. They don't know that. That was actually pretty good, though. Because if I tap their Admiral, they get to respond by accruing the vehicle, and it flies now. I could Skywhaler Shot it. Yeah, I'll just send everybody, see what happens. Because I've got Inspired Charger or Skywhaler Shot to keep in mind. Spicy Jank, I agree, this keep has worked out for me. That doesn't necessarily make it a good keep, though. Sure. Yeah. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I gotta keep full control just in case. I don't want it to go to blockers yet. So wait, hold on. So if they block rock, they take 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, no, Inspired Charge is just lethal. Not going to spend the energy here. Not going to spend the energy here. Go to blocks. There's nothing for one white, I'm pretty sure, so. And there you go. That is how an inspired charge deck wins. So that was a nice 7-0, and it was nice and quick. That was what, 45 minutes or something from start to finish? Let's draft again. I'm going to get some water real fast. I will be right back. And I'm back. Okay. Let's claim our prizes. Do this again. Two drafts in one day. I don't know the last time I did that. So that deck was great, and I drew really well. But that is not the kind of deck I find the most fun. So let's see if we can draft something else. I much prefer the sort of make an engine, spin your wheels kind of decks. If you get matched with me, you might need to reveal my hand. Oh, you mean like because you're drafting right now? Well, if we get matched together, just like hop off the stream for the match. All right, what do we have? This is not an exciting pack. I honestly don't know how good this rare is. I think probably Restoration Gearsmith is just a better card than this, and in the same colors. It's easily the best card in this pack, by a lot. The next best card, I'd like Aviary Mechanic, maybe? This pack just sucks. So I guess I hate starting with a 2-color card, but I'm doing it because this pack is so weak. And that card's so much better than the rest of the pack. Okay, so Bomat Carrier is quite strong if you're in red. Era of Innovation is quite good. Defiant Salvager kind of goes with the Restoration Gearsmith, but I'm not married to that. Um, I feel like I don't know if Bomat Courier is better than Era of Innovation or not, but I really like Era Innovation, especially when you get it this early. So I think I'm going to take that. Neither of them goes with my first pick, but that's okay. Pima Outrider is pretty good too, by the way, but it's worse than either of those cards, I think. SRAM. Okay, so SRAM's the best card in the pack, I think by a fair margin. Armorcraft Judge is fine, but you have to be in the right deck, and I'm not yet. Hunt the Weak is fine. Sweatworks Brawler is fine. SRAM can do some really gross things, so I'm going to pick that. Spicy Jink, Bomat is not colorless. It is colorless, but if you are not playing red, you don't want to play that card. So it's really a red card. Yeah, so this SRAM can go in the same deck as Restoration Gearsmith, which is nice. It doesn't really go in the Era of Innovation deck, but it could if I end up in like blue-white or something. So we'll see. Aetherflux Reservoir. I think this card's okay. And it goes with SRAM because it's a vehicle. It kind of goes with Restoration Gearsmith because it's a big thing that it could get back. Aether Trade Winds is fine. It's kind of early for that, and I'm not really in that deck. And Pima Outrider is good, but it's like, it's another color that I'm not in at all. So I think I'm going to take the Ballista Charger here. I'm not super happy about that, but that's what I'm doing. So there's Propeller Pioneer if I want to be in white. And that's about it. Like, the turtle's okay, but I guess it's Propeller Pioneer. It looks like I'm leaning into white here, and I don't know what my other color is yet. So Self-Assembler here could be good because it's early enough that I might see another 2 or 3 of them. There's Propeller Pioneer. Conviction is nutso with SRAM because you can bounce it and play it and draw a card. And Black-White is generally about Revolt, so it could be good there. But Conviction usually goes so late. I mean, I wouldn't get this one on a wheel, but I could get another Conviction, so I'm probably not taking that. So I think it's between Propeller Pioneer and Self-Assembler. I'm going to take the Self-Assembler. I don't have a good reason why over the Pioneer. Well, there's another Self-Assembler. This could be a Fortuitous Find deck, but I think I want the second Self-Assembler first. Also, I don't know that I'm in black yet, so I'll take that. Tezzeret Touch is interesting. It doesn't go with white, so I'd have to splash for it. I don't think I like this. This could be a thing if I end up in blue. If I end up in black, Live Fast could be a thing. I guess I'll take this. I think I'm a little more likely to end up in black than blue at this point. Blue hasn't seemed very open. Aviary Mechanics seems solid. It can bounce something that SRAM triggers from. I definitely need some cheaper cards here, but I'm going to take the Mechanic. I guess Eddy Trailhawk is fine. Alright, so if I'm black, Fortuitous Find is pretty reasonable. If I'm not, then I'd probably Peafowl. I'll take the Fortuitous Find. I'm still not married to black. Solvent. I don't really want either of these. I guess I'll take the Solvent since artifacts I think have a higher upside. I probably don't want to be playing tricks. Probably don't want that Wingsmith. And I probably don't want that. Oh, another Restoration Gearsmith. I don't think Authority of the Consuls is very good, so I wouldn't play that. I do like this mechanic, but I think it's just got to be the Gearsmith. Weaponcraft Enthusiast is pretty reasonable too. So now I'm probably white-black. How good is Subtle Strike in my opinion? I think it's generally meh. I think it's probably a little better than usual in this set because you can often just kill a token or something with the -1/-1, and the +1/+1 counter can do its thing. Basically, it's like a pretty good combat trick, but I don't think very highly of combat tricks in general. And black is not generally an aggressive color, and aggressive is normally where you want combat tricks. Whirler Virtuoso is great, but I'm nowhere close to that. Dark Intimations is great, but I'm nowhere close to that. Veteran Motorist is fine, but I'm pretty sure I'm black-white at this point. So I think it's between Mind Rot, Night Market, Aeronaut, and Renegade Map. Strum triggers off Equipment, Vehicle, or Aura. I have a lot of high drops. I think I'm on the Renegade Map here. And the Night Market, whatever, might just come back. Aeronaut, that's what it's called. So, I think this is a pretty clear aerial responder. Percata Bug's not bad. Night Market Lookout can be good if I end up with several of them and also several vehicles. You're right, Maker. Subtle Strike does seem like a ninja ability. Cogworker's Puzzlenaut's not bad, but that's not really where my deck is. I think Aerial Responder is just generally good. Note, by the way, that I don't really have an engine right now, and I'm definitely not aggressive. My engine right now is like Loop Restoration Gearsmiths or something. I'm going to move this Era Innovation to the sideboard. So I'm not stoked with where my deck is right now. There's that third self-assembler. I am going to want that, but I don't need it now. I don't particularly want 4 self-assemblers. So I'm happy to pick one up later, and I do want this Aviary mechanic. Again, it can bounce something that can trigger SRAM. I could bounce Restoration Gearsmith. It looks like I'm kind of in like a black-white, I guess comes into play, trigger a deck, which is sort of what the blue-white deck's trying to do. Alright, so Inventor's Goggles is equipment, which I have 5 Artificers already. It's equipment for SRAM. Iron Tread Crusher is a vehicle. I don't think I want another 4-drop here. I'm not stoked with Die Young. I don't think that card's very good, although I don't have any removal yet. Unlicensed Disintegration is great, but I don't have any way to splash it right now. So I think this is an Inventor's Goggles. Alright, I think I have to take conviction here. This is going to have to be my engine with SRAM. Rush of Vitality is pretty whatever. I already have a Fortuitous Find, and I can't play any of the other cards, so I'll take this. Fenhauler is big, and I have some artifacts, so I guess I'm taking that, although I don't think I want to play it right now. Sly Requisitioner. A non-token artifact you control is put in the graveyard, not leaves the battlefield. So I have what? 1, I don't really want to play that. I will take it because I'm not playing Inspired Charge in this deck, but I'm probably not playing it. There's a third mechanic. All right, I'll take that. Don't really want any of these. I don't know that I would main deck Mind Rot here. I think there's a higher chance that I would main deck the Solvent, but I don't think I'd play that either. So I'll take that for the sideboard. Do I want Consulate Skygate in this deck? Probably not. But this isn't really a Night Market Lookout deck either, so I'll take it. I'll take the Breaker, although I don't think I'm playing that. Night Market Aeronaut. Sure, I don't know if I'm playing it. Whatever. Ugh, Confiscation Coup. If only I could play that. Alright. There's a Renegade map, although I'm not particularly in the market for that. There's a Defiant Salvager, and there's an Embrawl Bruiser. Is the Bruiser good in my deck? It's fine. Is the Salvager very good in my deck? The Salvager is not bad, because I've got this double Gearsmith, so I'll take that. I'm not stoked that that's my first pick, but I think it's the best pick for me. Oh, is animation? Oh, Vengeful Rebel is really good, I think. I wouldn't mind this Oval Chase Dragster either, but I think I need the Vengeful Rebel, because I'm really good at triggering Revolt. Is Animation Module good in my deck? I don't really put 1/1 counters on stuff, right? Yeah, it's kind of whatever. I'm pretty happy with this Vengeful Rebel, though. I don't have, like, any removal. I desperately need some removal, I think. Alright, so Artisan or Self-Assembler number 3. I do want a third Self-Assembler, but Artisan is quite good with, like, all of my Aviary mechanics and Restoration Gearsmith, so I think it has to be that. It's just too good for me. Maker, take care. Bazaar Barge, yeah, that seems solid. It's an equipment, or it's a vehicle rather, for SRAM. It draws a card itself, and it's just big. It also, because it draws a card when it comes in, it could, like with the mechanic or the Restoration Gearsmith, get some value there. Haha, hidden stockpile. That is exactly what my deck wants. That is a gift. Oh, that card's so good in my deck. I don't think I want this. I could play Cogworker's Puzzle Knot. Seems fine. I don't really want the 3/1. I don't know if I want Malphus Squad. I'll take the Puzzle Knot. I don't think I'm playing it. Mechanic number 4? Sure, why not? I don't really want any of these. Brawler is fine. I don't really want the second Conviction. I don't want to go that far down that plan. Dawnfeather Eagle? Yeah, okay. I'll take that. I don't think I want any of these. And it looks like we didn't get there on the self-assemblers. I didn't get a third one. I don't particularly want to play just 2. But that's okay. We had to make some cuts anyways. So, this deck got somewhere. That hidden stockpile was a big deal for us. Is Fenholler out? Fenholler might be out. How many artifacts do I have? 1, 2, 3, Alright, let's see here. 1, 2. Yeah, I don't think this is a Fenhauler deck. So the curve's not bad. This is kind of like a 18 land deck with the Renegade map, but I think that's okay. She'll have 15 creatures. I'm definitely light on removal. That's the big problem with this deck. So this is sort of like black-white Blink, but instead of Blink, it's Bounce. Yeah. Alright, I've got an engine with SRAM and Conviction, or SRAM, no, I guess just SRAM and Conviction. SRAM's good anyways. It triggers off of 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 4 cards that trigger it, but it's okay as a 2/2 for 2. But the engine with Conviction's pretty sweet. Hidden Stockpile can just make a bunch of 1/1s over time. Yeah, this is basically just black-white value. Might get there. This doesn't feel like a 7-win deck to me. But we'll see. It does look like a sweet deck to me. Yeah. Definitely keeping this. Note I will not be popping... Nope, never mind, I take that back. I'll be playing Hidden Stockpile and popping Renegade Map for the token. And Aerial Responder will be on 3. You know what I should have done? I actually should have attacked with that token. They'd probably just block, but I would get a token back immediately from the Hidden Stockpile, and if they didn't block, it's a free 1 damage. So I should have attacked. Using a removal spell works out reasonably well for me, because I get to Restoration Gearsmith, hit back. Alright, do they want to trade? It's not really a trade because I get mine back. They did not. You know, this may actually be a deck where I don't really need Live Fast, because I already have so many, like, recurring effects, or 2-for-1s, basically. Swooper, okay. And Fireweaver. Gearsmith gets to hold off the team. I think I want to play the Responder here, but Defiant Salvager is going to be pretty sweet. I'm going to sack this for the Scry because I'm going to get it back. Do I want to land? I think I do want to land, because I just have so much stuff going on. Era of Innovation, that's a good one. They're attacking. They could easily have something here, but I have to block, and I can get it back if I want. They may have just been trying to get the trigger. Yeah, okay. They were basically trying to get the trigger. Do I want to Live Fast here? Try to find one of my 2/2s? Yeah, that's what I want to do. Try and bounce my Aerial Responder. I found one. So they have kind of an engine going here because every turn they get to spend 2 energy to make a Thopter and then pay 1 mana to get that 2 energy back. Sorry, not a Thopter, a Serbo. And deal 1 damage to me. But the Aerial Responder stops that pretty well. Ooh, Gearseeker Serpent. That's pretty bad for me because I can't really do anything about that. So now I have to race it? That doesn't seem like something my deck's very good at doing. Yeah, just that. So if I don't do anything here, they're going to win the race, just spend 6 every turn, make Gearseeker Serpent unblockable, and attack. It's a 4-turn clock, because I'm going to gain enough life off Aerial Responder. Yeah, this is not good. I think I need to sack... I need to start attacking with the Salvager, because I have to race here. And I want Salvager to not die. I guess the play Conviction here. 2, 5, 6, 7. So 1 more sack keeps it alive. And then I'll play the Night Market Aeronaut, which will be a 3/3, and I'll get a 1/1 back. I'm pretty sure I'm losing this game, because I don't think I have answers to the Gearseeker Serpent. But all we can do is try. Maybe they want to take a turn off and cast a spell. Maybe. Ooh, they do. We'll see if that buys me enough time. I mean, they can't assume that the Serpent's going to be enough, because I'm white-black, so I could easily have a removal spell. I just know that I don't. Mechanic. So I would be very happy to trade my Salvager for their Serpent. They have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, I think this is my plan. I'm going to sack a thing. And then send the Flyers and the Biggin. They can take out this Aerial Responder, but that's perfectly fine with me because I can buy it back. Question is it Propeller Pioneer? So if I play Aerial Responder again, I'm dead in 2 turns if that's the route they want to go. If I play Propeller Pioneer, I put more pressure on, but still not enough, I think. So I think I'm fortuitous finding here. Oh, I gotta make sure this taps right. I think it tapped wrong, and that would have been a disaster. Okay, so I need them to think that I have the chance to draw a removal spell, because if they just do their Gear Seeker Serpent thing 2 turns in a row, I guess 3 turns in a row, I'm dead. So they're playing spells, so that's actually really good for me. Alright, I think the plan is Renegade Map and sack it, tapping black, sack it to the Salvager. Do I need more? 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, I'm going to play the land, and I'm just going to send the flyers and the biggin. Yep. I'm actually pretty okay with them drawing cards, because it makes them more likely to play spells, which makes them less likely to make Gear Seeker Serpent unblockable and kill me faster, which is kind of my only chance right now. This one's going to get a counter because I need it to be big enough to trade with Skyskiff. Am I playing Aviary Mechanic? No. Take care, Spicy Jank. Thanks for joining me, if you're not gone already. Alright, unblockable. If something doesn't happen to Aerial Responder, I may actually have one more turn than I had before. SRAM? That's spicy. Three, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oops, that's not what I want to do. I'm going to do this. This is going to be a close one. I need to get more bodies on the battlefield. So I'm going to do this to bounce the conviction rather than having the conviction bounce itself. so that I can get another body on the battlefield. Oh, rebuking it. Okay. So I may have enough bodies they can't attack. I have 5 in the air. Now they're going to do it anyways. Bizarre Barge, alright. Land, not what I was hoping to see. Neither is that land. Alright. So I have 5 in the air. If they don't have anything, they go block, block, block. They have 4 blockers. And they take Xaxes. If they have anything, then I'm probably dead. But if they have an artifact, I'm dead next turn anyways. So no guts, no glory, right? Huh? Ho-ho! We did it! I guess I had 1 more damage than I thought. So that was that went very well. That was a nice little grind. So my opponent threw that game away, but they didn't know they were throwing that game away. They didn't know that I have no removal in my deck for their Gearseeker Serpent. If they did, they could have just made it unblockable several turns in a row and just killed me, and that would have just been it. But just being in black and white threatened that. And I'm confirming. Yeah, I have no removal for it. So that was just lucky for me that my opponent tried to play around removal. Okay, so do I cut this Live Fast? Just because I already have... Let's look at all my 2-for-1s. I'm not going to count Fabricate cards as 2-for-1s. This can be a 2-for-1. It's a lot of 2-for-1s. Like I said, I am a value deck. The problem with trying to go long is what we almost saw that last game is that I don't really have any removal. What would I put in instead of it if I was going to? Fourth Bridge Prowler is actually kind of interesting because I have 4 Aviary mechanics. So I could go like Prowler, Mechanic, bounce it, play Prowler again for -2, -2. That's not bad. It would also help against just red-white in general. What else could I play? I could play... You know, maybe I need to play this Solvent just because it's a removal spell. I think I do. And so I'm cutting Live Fast. Do I cut Live Fast or do I cut Fortuitous Find? Live Fast is better early. Fortuitous Find probably better late. Live Fast also costs me life. I'll cut the Live Fast. Alright, let's go back. I gotta say, Aerial Responder there was an MVP, gaining me enough life to stay alive. I needed a lot of support to get there, though. Sure. Not an exciting hand, but it'll do. Aviary Mechanic on 2, and then Salvager 3. If I could draw a SRAM, that would be hot. Because I've got the Conviction already, and I have a Ballista Charger too. Vengeful Rebel's good, but it's not good right now. Alright, I'm going to attack for the bluff. They probably just block, but could be a free 2 damage. Aha, free 2 damage. So I could sack the Mechanic, play the Rebel, kill the Theorist, get in for 3, or I could play this Responder. I think I want to play the Responder. Of note, the other line, if they had a counterspell, would be kind of a disaster. Looks like they're digging for their second color. That's a good one. Not drawing lands is a bummer. Okay, so this time I am going to make the play. They can't counter it. And I get to kill this flying creature, which matters to me more. It punches through a lot more damage. So now I get in for 5, whereas before I was going to get in for 2. Also, if I draw a land next turn, I might just want a Restoration Gearsmith, and now I have a creature in my graveyard to do that. Still digging for that second color, looks like. Malfunction, sure, I can Mechanic that. Or I can Gearsmith it. They may have to block here. No? Okay. Another neat thing here, this Conviction will make 2 of my creatures lethal. And, in fact, no, I take it back. It'll just make 2 of my creatures lethal. So, I could force terrible blocks for them. Okay, so that's definitely what I'm doing, which means it goes on the Gearsmith. I mean, it doesn't really matter, I guess. Put it on the Rebel. And just sit tight. They have to, like, play Plains Fumigate here, I think, to stay alive. Alright, well that one was way less of a grind fest. They did get color screwed, though. Sure, I guess I had fun that game. That first game was really fun. Keep this train rolling. Yeah, sure. I have a hidden stockpile. I do need to draw some other gas, but because I don't want my first creature to be on turn 4. The stockpile's a good start. Starting with mountain was a little scary given how slow my hand is, but island makes me feel a little better. That's pretty good. I can see their engine now. Unfortunately, I can't do anything on 3. That's a big bummer. So they can pay 4 to get an energy, put a 1/1 counter on the Ether Thief. Alright, they're not doing that. You were late, Glintsleeve Artisan. Alright, so it's Propeller Pioneer. Do I want the counter on it? It's a bit higher risk to put the counter on it, but with Conviction, it can attack through the Peafowl. So I'm going to do it and just hope I don't get punished. Okay. Nice. Didn't get punished. Oh, but now the Peafowl is big enough to block when they have a blue up. So I can Conviction plus Artisan, or I can Charger. I think I want to get the Charger down. And I'm going to not attack. They can certainly send in the Peafowl. You give it flying and send it in. But that's only 3 damage. If I attack, then they could make a Thopter and attack in for 6. Or no Thopter and attack in for 5. The Charger, by the way, makes the Thopters pretty bad, so that's something. So I think next turn right now the plan is Conviction on the Pioneer, Glintsleeve Artisan, Mako Servo, tap them both, activate the Charger. If they have a blue up, swing in, that might change things. Swing in and shoot the 1. No, it doesn't. Gearseeker Serpent. So maybe I'm not attacking with the Charger anymore. Also, maybe I'm not playing the Conviction anymore either. This is an interesting board state. I'm definitely behind, but they're a little stuck on mana. So right now my best plan is to get in there with flyers. The problem is the Peafowl puts a wrench in that. Oh no! That's really bad for me. Oh, except they can't take it. I think that was a mistake. They now don't have enough energy to take it, they needed 5 for that. I think they didn't realize that. Well, that was lucky for me. We'll happily trade the charger, no, for the serpent if they wanted to send it. All right. So I think the plan is conviction here. I'm going to crew the charger. Charger's going to attack and shoot the Gear Seeker Serpent so that if they block, it's a trade, which is a trade I'm happy to make, especially given my fortuitous find. And I'm going to end up with a token from Hidden Stockpile. We'll just see how. Charger might trade, which would give me 1. Alternatively, I could return the conviction. Yeah, I'm perfectly happy with that trade. Oh no, it's not a trade. Oh, I messed up. Because they're going to get an energy from the Shielded Ether Thief, which will create a counter, which they can put on their thing. So I have to trade with the Ether Thief. Oops. Do I want to find yet? I don't think so, because I think what's going to happen is next turn they will leave up a blue for Peafowl. I can send with my 2 flyers. They'll block the one they can kill, and then I can fortuitous find it back. That leaves me 4, so I could play it again and not the charger. Yeah, okay. That fabrication module is causing me problems. Yeah, I think I'm happy to block here. I really want the scry. And I don't particularly want to take 6, although that's not the end of the world, given my life total is still 20. Mechanic. Do I want Mechanic? I don't really want Mechanic. So I'm going to bottom that. Mechanic is fine, but I need to do better, I think, because I am losing this in the long term. I don't think I can push enough damage. Yeah. Ugh. Adventure's Goggles. I think the plan stays the same. They could make a Thopter, and then that plus the Peafowl would kill the Responder. But I can bounce the Conviction first, before Responder dies. And then I can still fortuitous find it back. So it doesn't really change anything. Yep. All right, so they're not doing the Thopter plan. Fortuitous find. both of them. And play the Propeller Pioneer again. This time I think I'm making the Servo, because PFAL is just so big at this point. I would love my own universal solvent. That would be nice. Okay, this time I am going to take the 6, because I can't get the Scry out of the deal, and I have 23 life, so I have some life to work with. Ether Chaser, okay. Alright. PFAL goes up to a 6/8. Does Goggles change that at all? Not really. 3, because it prevents me from playing the Charger, and I really need to get that on the board. So I think I have to skip my attack this turn. Yeah. I'm going to play Renegade Map, and I'm actually going to return the Conviction because I want the token. Or do I want to Scry? I don't really have anything to draw. I'll go for the Scry. Oh, I have my Universal Solvent. That's what I have to drop. Ooh, Restoration Gearsmith. Is that interesting? It's kind of interesting. I guess I'll leave it. 4, 1, okay. I have some things. Do I want to trade that? I think I do want to trade for that. They can get it to 8 toughness. So I need 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I could get blown out by a trick here, but I think I need to do this because this is how I lose the long game, since I'm kind of brick-walled behind this PFAL. Alright, that worked. Trophy Mage. What do you have to get? Alright, random creature. So I can't Gearsmith plus Charger. They can fly the PFAL, but if I Goggles on the Responder, alright. 4, yeah, I can do all that. I'm gonna Goggles on the Responder. I'm sending that. I don't think I want to trade the Propeller Pioneer for a Thopter yet. Well, maybe I do, because maybe that's what I want to buy back with my Gearsmith. Note, when I play the Gearsmith, I cannot move the goggles to it, or my aerial responder will die. Assuming they block with P-Foul. Okay. They were worried about some sort of trick, I guess. I think I still don't want to move it, though, because I don't want to have to move it back. I don't want the charger, right? Yeah, charger's not that good for me here. So let's just pick up the flyer again. Now note, in these exchanges, I'm still getting servos. So eventually it's possible I could go wide. Oh, they got their own goggles. They used up their energy. So now they can't make... Oh, I guess it doesn't matter if they can make a Thopter. This turn, at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. Yeah. Still just getting in with the responder. And then I'll play Propeller Pioneer. And then do I want to play Aviary Mechanic? Can't move the goggles. Okay, so make a servo. And do not move the goggles. I'm going to scry and see what I find. Another mechanic. I think I can do better. Do I want to play this mechanic? I don't. The reason I don't is because I don't know if I want to return the Gearsmith or the Propeller Pioneer yet. Well, I guess it would be Glint Sleeve Artisan. I mean, it's always going to be the Gearsmith, right? Yeah. But I still want to be able to block with it. So my super slow engine is making its way along here. Still want to find my one solvent. Sweatworks Brawler, sure. If they keep their 4 mana up, they can tap to gain an energy, and then they would be able to make a Thopter and block my Propeller Pioneer. But that'd be fine, because I can bounce my Gearsmith. This is another long, grindy one. The P-Foul is almost big enough to kill the responder, but not quite yet. So we're going to do this. Ether Meltdown? Alright. Yep. Okay, so what's my play here? Blocking like that? Interesting. Oh, because it's 8, right. Okay, so I need to sack this. Nope, hold on. I need to return this first. Then I need to sack this. SRAM, there we go. Alright, mechanic, pick up the gearsmith, and sure, I'll move the goggles to it. Play the gearsmith. Return my flyer, because at some point I will draw my 1 removal spell for the Peafowl. I hope. And go. SRAM is going to turn my engine on so I can start digging. And then I can sit here while I look for my solvent. Which, by the way, I have enough mana to play and activate in the same turn. 8, 3, 5. Oh, they're going to send in, huh? Turtle. Which means they can make another Thopter. But they're not going to. Ah, it is now big enough to block Pioneer. Unless I Conviction as well. Now it's big enough to block the Pioneer, even if I Conviction. Okay. I'm going to go 1, 2, SRAM. 1, yeah, 2, Propeller Pioneer. Play a land. Return. So I'm doing it right now because they may be able to blow up SRAM on their next turn if they draw a land, and I need to keep digging. One, two, three, four, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blockers. Not there yet. Getting closer though. Man, this is quite quite the grind fest. Yep. I'm taking it again. Even though I've got this Gearsmith. Because I want to try and spend my mana on my loop. Yep. Fabrication module has been wrecking me. Sure. Alright, I'm going to return Conviction right now. Dawnfeather Eagle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blockers. I have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 attackers. Ugh! So close. But I may be able to kill him next turn. So let's just try and get bodies down. Four, be left with 2. Conviction on here, I guess. Bazaar Barge isn't really a body, but I guess I'm gonna play it. Get to draw 2 cards. Found a land. Not a white land, though. I haven't had anything leave the battlefield yet, right? So, oh, that was dumb. So I need to Renegade Map. I don't particularly want to shuffle, but I don't want to sack one of my bodies, because I need all of them for next turn. So Dawnfeather Eagle, I think, is just lethal next turn. Oh, I forgot they can actually make another one. I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 bodies. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They send the PFAL. Am I short one again? Oh, but I have this Vengeful Gear, or Vengeful Rebel, so I can remove a creature. So that is 12. So I have to block. Do I want to block with Aerial Responder? If I do, they get to spend 4 to pump the Thopter once, which kills the Responder, but then they're basically tapped out, so they can't play anything else. Nah. I'll just chump with the Pioneer. If I had a white source up to return the Conviction, I would have thought about that harder. Do not want a swamp. Yeah. Okay, do I have lethal? There's my removal spell. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 creatures. I have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 creatures. What did I say they have? 4, 7, 11. 9, 10, 11. Shoot! I'm one. Oh no, because the Bazaar Barge counts. Oh, and also I have the Vengeful Rebel. Okay, so return 5, 8. Yeah. Return this. Vengeful Rebel. And it has to be something with 2 toughness because I need something to die. And they can spend 4 to keep something alive if they want. Crew this. Dawn Feather Eagle. And no, just go. Rawr! So 3 have to get through because the smallest ones are all 2/2s. But I have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 attackers, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blockers. So 4 creatures are going to get through. They'll take 8. And I will win. This was once again a grind fest. So my very slow, kind of crappy engine of hidden stockpile a bunch of tokens was actually good enough here. It just didn't really look like it was going to be good enough. But having, I mean, I have 8 more tokens than I would have, roughly, if I had, excuse me, if I had not had that engine going. Man, that was quite the game. All right. I once again got in big trouble from a single creature that I couldn't deal with, but made it through anyways. I did finally draw the removal spell at the end, but it was too late to matter. Alright, I think I can do one more. So I'm going to play one more, regardless win or lose. I'm going to call it after that. This has been going pretty well, though. What am I at? Like 11-0 in games on this stream? Once again, Aerial Responder was quite good there. Did some extra damage because it was a flyer and it gained me enough life that I could just let that happen for a while. Yeah, this is good. I've got Renegade Map 1, Aviary Mechanic 2. Renegade Map can find me a second plane so I can guarantee the Aerial Responder on 3. And the eagle tops it all off at the end. What I would really like is something to play on turn 4. That would be awesome. Okay. I think that's good for me because I have a pretty aggressive hand here. Oh, do I want Glint-Sleeve Artisan? It is more damage. Nah. By the way, this order is generally incorrect, but they're tapped out, so it doesn't matter. There was a thought, too, if they play a removal spell here, Arrow Responder is worse. Oh, but it's much better with that. I think I like this race for me. Yep. Give me some more bodies. So, in case you didn't see what these do, they were 1/1s, but every turn they lose a life and get a +1/+1 counter, but they can't block. Oh, that snake changes the clock. So the snake says, whenever you put a counter on anything, put an additional counter. So, do I want to SRAM first? No, I have to Dawn Feather Eagle first. Don't have a counterspell. I don't think there's a counterspell they could play there, so I think it's fine. So they're killing themselves pretty fast. Actually, they're dead on my next turn if they don't have a removal spell or gain life. Okay. That was pretty good. I'll just take it here. I have enough life total that I can just kind of work with that. Also, I guess I have lethal, because they're going to lose 2 on their upkeep. And I'll play some guys. Why not? The only way they stay alive if they have instant speed life gain, which I don't think exists. Yep. So that's why that Fretwork Colony is not a very good card. You got to see that right there. If I had had one of my slower, grindier hands, the Fretwork Colony might have just beat me. All right, well, so I guess now I'm 11-0. I was only 10-0 before. I'm going to call it there. It's a good 2.5 hours. And thank you all for joining me. And I'm going to try and stream more often. Thanks, Moray. Yeah, honestly, the 7-0 that I went in that first draft was not that exciting. It was just crush my opponents. These games, a lot of these games were really exciting. I agree. So I'm going to try and do this more often. If you want to get notified, you should follow me. And I will still try to post on Facebook when I'm planning to do it. So I will see you.